Hello, I'm back to do a quick video this morning and hopefully another video this afternoon. So this morning's video is going to be a little sample book video, but there's a couple of things that I've been asked, and I've been asked repeatedly, so I thought it was worth just going over those questions. I actually filmed this video yesterday, but I had to use my phone because my iPad wasn't charged, and the video was terrible. It was just, I was off screen, and so I'm just repeating it today. First of all, the paper that I used on my sample book. If you are in the UK, it is from Paper Chase, and it's the posh wrapping paper. It's almost like a poster paper. It's thicker than a wrapping paper, a general wrapping paper, but it's thinner than a scrapbooking paper, and it's very pliable. It's easy to fold and use. Now, I don't buy it anymore because there isn't a Paper Chase in my town. It's moved, and I'd have to buy it online, and I'm not sure how they would post it. So I haven't actually looked to see if it is available online, but it's from Paper Chase. The second question is about basically what it is. I've been asked a lot, what's the difference between a sample book and an ideas book? So basically, a sample, the definition of sample is a small part or quantity of something. So, and that's exactly what this is. It's samples of techniques or items or materials that you can use in your journals, and I'm using it as a textural feature. So a sample is a small part of something. It's not a complete thing. It's a small part of something. An idea is a thought that you've had to create something. So, or not necessarily create something, but it's a thought you've had, or an idea that for a project or a finished item for a journal. So for example, an example of a sample is that's straightforward stenciling. It's not an idea, it's an existing technique or thing, and I've just put a small sample in this book to show what a sample of stenciling is. Now, if I was short of ideas, I could go through my sample book, I might see my stenciling, and I might go, oh, I've got an idea. I'm going to make some stenciled envelopes and incorporate some stickers, and I'm going to do this super duper closure that I've never done before. That's an idea. This is just a small sample. I hope that makes sense. It's really hard to kind of define it, but basically a sample is a small quantity of a material or an item you could use in your journal. And an idea is something you want to create. It's something that you've thought up yourself. These are not my ideas, they already exist. So the next question is my machine. It is called the Baby Blue by Tattered Lace. This is really old. I haven't seen them for a long time, so I don't know if you can still get this one, but I'd imagine, for some reason, I'm assuming this is the same kind of size as a Sidekick, the Sizzix Sidekick. So that's my machine. And the other thing is, I just chucked them on the floor. This embossing folder set, that's your number, 657419. It's called Texture Fades, and it's a Tim Holtz alteration set. This is super old. Now, today we are going to do some washi. And like I said, I've already got some washi in my book. I'm not going to show you that because I did this yesterday. So let's go for a couple of pages from the back of out of the new signature. I'm going to use a thin page again because I used a thin page yesterday. So I'm just going to do we're going to do some very basic washi tape techniques today. I don't have a huge amount of washi. This is it. This is my selection. I have purchased some Tim Holtz, and I do have some that I got from Etsy. The rest of it, to be perfectly honest, comes from Wendy and Wendy. Wendy and Wendy have gifted me some beautiful washi, so that's where most of mine comes from. Okay, so thank you, Wendy and Wendy. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this page, because if you're using a really thin paper, washi can not only give you the look and the feel of texture, it can also improve your pages. It can give them a bit more durability. Now I'm going to have a little look at a few here. What can I use? I want to use some. I'm going to just grab out some Tim Holtzy ones because I know they're all going to go. And that's kind of, okay, that's not a Tim Holtz one actually. Don't know what that one is. Put that in there. So let's get started. And all I'm going to do is do a very simple collage using washi tape. So I'm going to pull off my pieces and just put them down. Just collaging with washi. Now you can use a glue stick or some other glue because washi is not designed, as we know, to be permanent. It is a temporary tape. I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with washi. I tend to get it stuck up everywhere, put it down in the wrong place, but because it is not permanent, it's really easy to pull it up and move it somewhere else. Probably not quite so easy on a page like this, to be honest, because it's super thin. So I'm just gonna add a bit more, keep going, a bit more over here. And if you put something down and you don't like it, you can always cover it up. So you can see already we've got texture because of the torn edges, and obviously the washi tape is quite, what's the word, shiny. And we've got a little pattern and some, you know, some mini artwork going on there. So that is number one. Now, the second thing I like to do with washi, and this is because, you know, when you get your tape and you kind of fold it over at the end like that. Yeah, you fold it over at the end. And then when you go to use it again, I'm really bad. I don't like wasting it and I forget to cut that off. So the next thing to add texture is, let's put this here, folding over the edge so it doesn't stick. Okay, and I'm going to do that with another piece, and I probably should have folded that before I tore it off. Now I'm going to get in a right muddle. That's pants. That's a bit pants, but that's, you know, that'll do for the sample. So we've got some little flappy bits here. What you can also do is, this one I am going to fold over before. Try and be a little bit more clever. There we go. Is, I'm going to just tear that off. And this would make a very, very simple, let's put it out the side. Let's go there. Tab. So we've got a little, that will now add some dimension as well, because that's going to stick out of our page. These are the first couple of samples that we've got. Now I'm going to do something, I've got a couple of things I want to share. You can do this on any paper you like, on a piece of the dictionary paper that I don't want to use because I don't know what it says. It could be quite rude because it's a medical dictionary from 18 something. I've got this gorgeous washi tape that I know definitely came from one of the Wendy's, and I'm going to just pull this off and I'm going to add it over the text. So we're still going to have the kind of look of the text under there. I'm going to go to the end of the page and I'm going to fold that back as close to the edge of the page as I can, just a little bit, and I'm going to tear that off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear round my washi. You can usually get fairly close if it's an older book page. Okay, so that's probably a little bit longer than I wanted. Let me grab some scissors. I'll use these little ones. Ooh. I'm just gonna, oh, I feel like the cat when she gets something stuck to her foot. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that. So I've now got this little flap. And I am going to, you could probably do a lot better job than I'm going to do, because I'm going to do this quite quickly. I'm just going to fringe the end of this. So that, can you remember those old kind of leather bookmarks? This is great for that. And we've got all of this texture and it looks pretty. So what I'm going to do is, where could we have that? Let's put that here. So the other way of using washi for texture is by adding things in using the washi. So I'm just going to put that bit's a little bit spare, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to attach this in using washi. And again, it's another sample of what you can use washi for, and it's adding texture to our journal. So that's that one. Another really simple way of, I'm going to change up my tape now. Another simple way of using washi for texture is just edging pages. So you could edge, if this was a straight page, you could go right to the edge of your page. But just using washi in that way, that's another way of using washi. So we've got quite a lot of texture going on here now. I'm going to, what else could we do with this? This is another way of adding texture with washi. I'm gonna fold that in half, and we've got a tab as well. Where's my stapler? Oh no. Can't you? This is the stapler from the box that I got, that I made my sample book out of, and unfortunately it's the only stapler I've got to hand with any staples in it. So I'm going to use this. There we go. Bit big, but we've added more texture. There we go. So we now have layered washi on a tab, more texture, more flaps, more flappy bits. So that's a little bit of texture for you. That's one page. I'm going to grab this page and we're going to add even more texture using washi. So I'm going to grab a little scrap of paper and put this in. And I'm going to pick another washi. What should we go for? This one's quite plain, so let's go for that to start with. I'm going to put that there. So I'm going to hold that down. And again, we've got some texture with the paper and the texture with the washi. It's more like a little collage really. Now what I was intending to do is have this hanging slightly over the side to add dimension too. I forgot, didn't do that, did I? So I'm going to just pretty this up a little bit by adding more collage, more washi. Now what I'm going to do, that's got our stamping on it, so I'm going to use this side. I'm going to cut myself off. This is quite thick twine, so it might not work quite as well. I'm going to grab a piece of washi. I'm going to fold it around my twine. That's not brilliant. Let's try more Tim Holtz washi. Try and line these up as best I can. I mean, once you've rubbed it with your fingers a little bit, it's actually not very sticky anyway, so that's okay. Let's try a piece of this. Just rub off the stickiness, and I am going to use yet more washi to hold that in place. So that is another little sample of using washi to create texture. What you could also do is staple this into place if you wanted, but that's quite cute. You could also have that hanging over the edge of a page. I'm just going to trim that a little bit. Right, so what have we got? We've got adding paper with washi, collage washi, making little tabs with washi, flaps with washi, yeah, and hanging washi on string, because why not? Why not? That's a little sample. I don't want to waste this. What can I do with that? Let's put that there to give a little layering, a little bit of layering. Just more washi. Wendy's Initially You 2022 video was about making the washi with the pockets, so that was really cool. That would work, that would tie in really well with this, so please do go and check out Wendy's video. That's linked in my playlist of the Initially You 2022 collaboration. Flaps and flaps and flaps. That's a great way to add texture with washi. Right, I'm going to put these two, I'm going to put that one over that one actually, because it's got to go into my book. Okay, there was one other thing I did with washi in the previous here. You can make little cutouts with your washi too. So this was another beautiful washi. This one came, I think, from the other Wendy T. So yeah, there we go. We've got some washi. Let's tick it off on our list. Actually, I've already ticked it off because I did it yesterday. So that's already ticked off. I'm going to put my little list at the back of my book. I hope that was helpful. I hope it was useful. This is looking pretty tatty now. It's been off and on so many times. But I can't add elastic to it just yet because the cat eats any elastic that's laying around. I will be back later today with a project using my new kit and a cobble box. This was a packaging box from a Christmas present. And I know lots of things come in boxes like this, so I'm going to be using that. I will see you all again really soon. Take care. Bye.